Welcome to another session of Pair With Me. Today we're going to be doing Advent of Code Day 2. I haven't looked ahead. I've wanted to. I would like to avoid the embarrassment of what happened yesterday. I've got a bit of time before I have commitments tonight, so let's crack into it. I'll share my Firefox screen. I'm going to try and be a lot better about forgetting to switch back to code. Something about a gift shop. We have this test data. 11 to 22, hang on. Playing with the gift shop computer managed to add a whole bunch of invalid product IDs. They've checked. Yep, so for each of these ranges, the ID ranges are wrapped here for in your input they appear as a long single line. Okay. The ranges are separated by comma. Easy. Each range is its first ID and last ID separated by a dash. Very simple to parse in Ruby. Since the young elf was just doing, you can find invalid IDs, but looking for any ID which is made of only of some sequence of digits repeated twice. Oh man, this is going to be annoying. Would all be invalid IDs. None of the numbers have leading 0, so 0, yeah, okay. So it's only ones that can be even length. Your job is to find all of the invalid IDs that appear as 199. Okay. So for every ID, we need to check if first half equals last half. Adding up all the invalid IDs produces that. Okay, this seems fairly straightforward. Bin /bin new day. Yep. Oh, I nearly forgot again. I caught myself very quickly. Be proud of me. Alright, day 2 test data. I'm just going to copy it out of the web page. Alright, I'm in Neovide. Alright, so that's how it's going to come through with the input data. I will go and save that. Get my puzzle input, save page as, throw it on the desktop. Cool. I can save that, I can close that. And if I mv /desktop input and put it in day 2 input.txt, sweet. Day 2 spec, close everything else. So how are we going to handle this? Let's open up our actual implementation. So we're going to parse the data. That's usually pretty easy. I tend to like to just do that without being test driven. I'm a bit lazy in that way, but I think it's fine. So if we .split on comma, we're going to assume no malformed data just for simplicity. And then we can actually do something really cool. We can do a map of this thing, datum. And for each datum, we can split on the dash, map to I, and I think we can do range? Is that a thing? If I do IRB 1,5.2 range? No! That's fine. We could just do start comma. Started typing comma because I was saying it. Obviously end is a bad word for Ruby. First and last. First, last, and then we can just return first ... last. And I always have to check 1.5 is 2a is inclusive. Excellent. That's exactly what we want. So this should actually just give us all of our data. And I did stick the pendings in here. But if we p at solver.send, oh my gosh. Let's just come on fingers puts at data. Or maybe p at data. Let's have a look. Oh. I did figure out what was wrong with my thing, my test runner. It was actually user error, it turns out. It was sending it to my Wes term in the background. Because I'm not used to working in Neovide anymore. I forgot I had it set up to go to Wes term instead of running an F term here. There we go. So I have my set of ranges, which all look very good. Cool. So solve first. we know that the answer to this is going to be this long number, which I will just copy and paste. CIB Control R thing. Yeah, so that's the sum of all the numbers that are not palindromes, but like start and end are the same. So that's fine. So solve first. How do I want to test this? For each range, I need to get the things out of it. So let's do that. So def get invalid IDs, right? And we'll do 4 and we'll pass in the range. That'll make it easy to test. We can now just go to the bottom, describe hashtag invalid IDs 4, do end context when passed a range with invalid IDs, do end, it returns the invalid IDs. I won't put that in quotes, I think that's silly, and I forgot to do. But this one's seeming pretty straightforward. Yesterday's was straightforward. Later on in the night, I figured out how to do the modulo and using division to do everything. I still think my implementation is easier to ration about and came out cleaner, but it's definitely significantly slower, but that's okay. We're not here to be the most optimal in the world, we're here to have a bit of fun and write some code. And I'm okay with that. So here, if we do 1122, we know we will get 11 and 22 back. So let's do that. So we expect at solver.invalid IDs for 11.22.2 equal and an array of 1122. And we're not equal, we contain exactly, because we actually don't care about the ordering at all. That's not important. We'll just put that on a new line because it's getting a bit long. Okay. Oh yeah, we returned nil. That's correct. Yeah. And if we do the same for ICIB 95 to ... 115, we should get 99. And context, when passed a range with no invalid IDs do end, it returns an empty array. And we can steal one of these, pop it here, and a range with no things would be like 1.9 to be. And we can say just to be empty. And if we just make our test return something that looks like that is an array, it'll actually make our testing a lot easier. There we go. So one failure, but we should have had one passing, right? Yeah, the one that expects the empty array. I love looking at those tests, they always make me laugh. Cool, so we have a range. For each range, we just need to detect the thingy what's it, whether or not the number is... how do they describe it? So twice. By looking for any ID which is made only of some sequence of digits repeated twice. And it doesn't look like overlaps are valid. So if you had like 15151, I will write this out. So if you had like 15151, this is a repeat of this, but it's not a repeat because it would have to be like that to be a repeat. So start and end are the same. So we could do range dot each do number each? No. Compact map, I think, is a thing we can do. Get out of the way, mouse. And I think there's still no compact map. Okay. Dot map dot compact. Yeah, that works. That's a real method. I thought there was a compact map. I know there's a flat map. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Anyway, so next, if number, hang on, string equals number dot to s, Next, if string.size.odd question mark. So we want nothing. Guys, odd numbers can never be... Odd length numbers can never be duplicates by this rule, because the beginning and end has to match, which means they have to be even. So that's fine there. We can do that. So we can do first last equals string. Okay, this might be a little awkward to do all at once. First equals string dot dot size equals string dot size dot size div 2. Last equals div 2 dot dot. I think we have to... I think we -1 on this one. Let's go have a little play in IRB. We could write a test for this, but I'd rather just do this. So if we A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We do A dot dot 3. Yeah, okay, we want dot dot 2. Oops, exit out of that, or else my test. So, yeah. I don't know what I clicked there. That's fine. -1. This is where code does get pretty gross in these things. But honestly, I'm not that fussed. Unused variables, yeah. If first equals last. So we do number if first equal last. Yeah, otherwise we get nothing. I think this might be close. Ooh. Oh! Expected collection, 11, 12, actual collection. Oh, this is a contain exactly trick. Yep, this is just something I mess up. But this worked. There we go. And now we should start implementing our solver, because that's going to be really easy. Solve first is just going to be at data.sum. No. At data.map invalid IDs for it. I'm just going to use the shorthand .sum 0. I think that just solves it for us. No, array can't be converted into integer. Oh, this is where I want flat map. Yeah, there we go. So now we can actually solve it. I don't actually have the solve up. I ran the wrong thing. There we go. So let's copy this. I can just do that. Let's open up Firefox and let's see if I got it right. I'm feeling pretty confident. Excellent. All right, part 2. What's the twist? The clerk quickly discovers that there are still some invalid IDs in your list. Maybe the young elf was doing other silly patterns. An ID is invalid if it's only made of some sequence of digits repeated at least twice. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 3 times. What? Okay, this is annoying. Alright, how do I tackle this? What can I do? I feel like there has to be the half, and then you check like, if it is made only of some sequence of digits repeated at least twice. So it has to be divisible evenly by like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. And then each one of those has to be equal. So I guess you can check each length up to half just to see if that's true. Okay, I think we've got some idea here. I've got some plans. Let's switch back to code. I've remembered to do the browser first try. I will steal the example solution and we'll go back to our test and we'll set it up. So we should come out to be this. And we'll just, oops, we will have a second invalid IDs for range thing. We'll call it extra invalid IDs, I guess. I think that's fine. This is probably where I'm going to start hitting computational complexity. Oh, hang on, can I... Sorry, this might be a cool trick. A equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, a dot each char dot 2a dot each slice 3 dot, hang on. Yeah, dot last. Ooh. What's each cons? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think this is each... Yeah, this is... Yeah, that's super wrong. Oh, get the mouse out of the way, Sean. Dot 2a. Yeah, okay, so we can do this and just check that they're all the same length and then check that they're all the same. Up till half. Okay, yeah, sweet. This should come together fairly quickly, I think. So each char, 2a, each slice number thing. Yeah, which means this would work for part 1 if we only ever considered where the array has 2. That's fine. We're not trying to be fancy. Oh, whoops. I did mean not to copy that. So let's extra invalid IDs. Right, so we still have 11 and 22 for this, but 9 to 115 now contains 99 and 111 because it's 3 ones, not because it's 11 and 11 with overlap. See here, we've got 1 7 times. Otherwise it would be like true for a lot of reasons. But if this was 6 long, Oh, it doesn't matter. As long as it's invalid for one of them, it's invalid for all of them. So we're not going to return it multiple times. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. And when it's none, 1 to 9. Pardon me. Goodness. So yeah. Oops. Save. Run. Get the mouse out of the way. Yep. Doesn't work. We also didn't actually use the right method. Extra invalid IDs 4. That would have helped actually make our test be interesting. But it's same error because... Oh, not same error. Sorry, it doesn't even exist. Def extra invalid IDs for range. Yeah, so we want... Just going to flog this. What are we going to do? So we don't care about string size anymore. We're not going to do that. Right. So if we... I have this code up here. Yeah. I think I might not need the 2A's, but... So we want to go from... So we need size. Actually, I think we don't need to keep it, though. So we do a range of 2 till string.size div 2. That'll give us a truncated float to an int, so it'll always round down, so I think that's fine. Dot each do index. Not really an index. Size, we'll do each size. So chunks equals next unless chunks dot all. Yeah, this works. Chunks dot all it dot size equals size. So if there is a chunk that doesn't, so if the last chunk is not the right size, so we can just check that chunks dot last dot size equals size, because the first n minus 1 are always going to be the right size. It's only the last one that could be the wrong size. Pretty sure? Let's find out. So next unless that. Next unless chunks dot unique dot size dot 1 question mark. Oh, that's gross. I love it. So unless the array contains one unique... Yeah, so yeah. Now we just return number. Does this work? Have I just done it in one? Oh, it's returned ranges. Hang on. Where's number or range? Range.map do number. Compact? What have I... Oh! Oh, right, because I'm in a nested thing. No! Oh, yeah, right. We could just flat map this, and this should just be map. I think that works. Oh, did not get 11. Okay. I've goofed up somewhere. That's okay. Let's comment out this. Actually, this one's smaller. This one's... Let's just comment this one out. Just to make it easy for us. And we'll start doing some debugging. So if we put, you get a new line, p chunks. We'll do this. Puts size. We just do size, and we do put chunk last size, chunks dot last dot size, and then puts chunks unique size. These are terrible names. This is just debugging. Don't judge me too harshly. Let's just actually spit out the text. Is that going to be interesting? It spat nothing out. Interesting. Why did that spit nothing out? What's hello? We get here, right? We run this method. No? Hang on, am I running the right test? I didn't save the hello, okay. That's always a thing. Yes, we're getting a hello. What's number? Number? Okay. What is this? Is this just doing nothing? What's range? This must be doing something wrong then. Oh, I have written this wrong, I should say. 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Okay, yep. String.size. Am I crazy? String.size divided by 2 is 1. So it... Oh. Yeah, I think we also need a... So, hang on. Yeah, this is doing my brain in a little bit. I've played myself for a bit of a fool. But if we do the string size div 2, I think we need string half size equals string.size div 2. And we do an array of 2.max. And then string half size. And then we don't even need that. And then I think that oops, I could have VAB'd. So that ensures we're always looking at 2, but this is probably going to return extra guff. 1 for an instance of integer. Okay, cool. So it only has 0. Now this is probably going to break because we need to actually check next unless chunk dot size greater than 1. Yeah, so what I was forgetting there. Okay, we got much more interesting things here. So, can I make this spit? I can make this spit out better. There we go. So now we see how deep each one goes and when it exits. Puts success. Because I know none of them are getting to success. You know what? I might just make this 11 to 12 for right this second. I'm gonna do myself a big favor and put this in as a comment so I don't forget what it was, because I feel like I'm going to. Did I not save that? Oh, yeah, right. Number 11. Range. So one is a possibility. Hang on, that's what I was doing wrong. I didn't need to do this. It just is 1 to string half size. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I don't think I need that at all. So string half size is just that. Range is now that. Yeah, okay. The missing elements were 12, the extra elements were 22. I got 12 for some reason. Hang on, what? Goodness, okay, this is a bit painful. Let me... No, so I do want that puts there. I want to puts here. I think I want to do this. Because it's a little loud at the moment. Okay, there we go. So number 20... How am I getting to that? Why is it going... Oh, shoot. That's what I did wrong. Oops. I changed it on the wrong line. Silly me. Okay. Yeah, okay. Wait, does this just work? Have I fixed it? Oh, it does work. Okay. Does 99 to 111 work? It does. Okay. Do I just have it now? Have I just done this successfully? Hang on. So I think I'm doing too many calculations. I'm not like early exiting. That's a problem. Because I think if I go and chuck... Because if we look at... If we just do this. Yeah, flat map. Extra. Invalid. Solve second will comment. Unpenned, but I think we're going to get the wrong answer. Yeah, we're... Off? We're too short. No, we're too high. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So I think we're technically returning multiples. So... Aha! Dot any. Dot any. Yeah, so number if this. Gosh. Is this going to work? Okay, it does. Okay, excellent. And I get the right number. Okay, yeah, so what I did there is any is like just an early exit function. We can just delete all of my awful code. Right, we can run the solver. Let's see if we are correct. Let's see how slow this is. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is pretty nasty. We can wait a few seconds and see what happens. I'm gonna open. I can see that I'm definitely pushing one core really hard on my machine. Oh, it's done. It took 19 seconds. Okay. That's not bad. DIW, copy that. Let's go check Firefox to see if it worked. If it did, I'll be quite happy. That was the right number, right? Yeah, 20 something. That's not... It's too low. Okay, but my test worked. Which is very annoying. This is one of the things that really bugs me about this is, oops. So my code works, right? As far as I can tell, as far as their test data shows me, my code works. Given this input, I get that output. They haven't given me test cases. So hang on, we can try this. Let's have a look at that. Let's find Firefox. Let's do... Get the mouse out of the way. Ponk. If we do... This is going to be kind of weird looking. So if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, 4, we should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that pass? Okay. Because they have given us test cases we can use. And we have, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We should get that. We do. And if we get 12 5 times, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We should get that. We do. And if we get 1 7 times, we should get that. So, A1 6 dot. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, it's 7. Okay, so every test case they have given me works. This is one of the things that really shits me with the advent of code. Everything they've told me, I have implemented. So, what the shit do I do now? Bar going through and manually reviewing however freaking many of these things there are. I didn't even actually look. If we actually go into date. Yeah, day 2. Let's require what is it, just Ruby progress bar, I think. Let me look up the documentation. I always forget how to do this. Right, okay, it is just that simple. Progress bar. Progress equals progress bar dot create. I can tell it the size and stuff. And I can make it pretty. Just examples. %. Sure. That will do. That. This. XP. Yes, that. And do I have to, I can, oh, my mouse is annoying. I can pass it a count, right? History, supported, basics, creation. Creation does not tell me marking progress. That does not tell me options. Yeah, total. I just pass in a total. I thought so. Oh, this is the wrong spot. I want to put it in solve 2. Solve second, sorry. And it's at data.size. Then we do progress.increment. So if I rerun that solve. Oh, it doesn't. I didn't set it up to have the amount. So, what format do I normally use? This is getting a little in the weeds, but if you give me a couple secs, I can actually just get out title, elapsed time. I want an ETA. I don't really care about elapsed time. So that's E. Let's see. Oh. That's fine. Percentage is fine. Total number currently. Total number to be completed. Yeah, so we can do... What's T again? What's T doing? Oh, title. I don't care about a title. We can do %C/%C. And we should be able to have a look at that. There you go, 39 of them, but they're... God, that's it? That's so slow to... That's so slow. So the length has to be 2 and above, which is fine. It has to be not a prime number in length, because that means only 1, and no, because it can be 1, so 5 ones is a match. So this is where I get really frustrated with the advent of code. As I said, as I'm rambling, what the heck do I do? How do I know what's going wrong? There's no hints, it's just, what did it tell me? Too low. What test cases can I think of where because we could just not do that. Does that make our tests change? Nil can't be coerced into integer. Wait, what? Why did that happen? Day 2 solver 255, hey? Compact. I don't know why that is getting a nil. Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, there. Yeah, so I don't need dot compact. I just needed to do that right. So this is all still testing. Passing. I'm so annoyed. So I should do result equals and result. That way it actually increments correctly and it won't sit on 100. So let's go have a look at the input data. This is like... The thing is, I have no idea what I'm looking for here. What test case am I missing? Alright. I pass every test it's told me to do. Now, an ID is if it is made only of some sequence of digits repeated at least twice. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 times 12, 5 times 1, 7 times 1. I pass all of those cases. The fact that it tells me I'm too low is suspicious as well. This is very annoying. I was looking to solve this pretty quick too. Oh, I've added a bunch of commas. Thanks to my coughing, I guess. Like, this run, it passes everything. Alright. You know what? I'm going to call it. I'm not going to muck around. I'm going to go about my day. I'll probably have a look at this later. We got star 1. I'm happy with that. Star 2, I really don't know. I'm probably just going to have to go like poke Slack and stuff, see what other people are saying. But yeah, I'm really annoyed. So it turns out, I figured out what the problem was. About 10-15 minutes afterwards. So I was doing some chores, I stepped away, cleared my brain, and it clicked. The problem was so simple. I'll show you in Firefox that I did do it. This is not set up to look at the right Firefox. There it is. There we go. As you can see, I have both stars now. 1 gold star, that's right. Day 2. Oop, I don't want to share it. But the thing is everyone's favorite programming problem. I was off by 1. This string half size. I realized I was flooring it, and usually when I do this, I end up sealing these sorts of divides, and that's all it was. So yeah, this... Oh, I didn't even have to run it with that. That's surprising. Yeah, I would have expected that to matter. Oh well, but it did pass without that. All the tests pass. I didn't change anything other than that, adding that +1. That was it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm glad I finally got the happy ending on this one. Phrasing, but yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm so happy I had to sit down and re-record the ending. This is much happier. I'm much more pleased with this. As always, have fun, stay hydrated, and thanks for hanging around. Bye!